So we're seeing more Neo leaders fight in this chapter, and it seems like at least one of them is stronger than the S-class heroes. But in the beginning here, we see Raiden taking care of like these smaller monsters, which are probably wolf, at best tiger in strength. And once again, we're seeing a hero from the Hero Association observing this and seeing the difference between the Neo heroes and the Hero Association, because they're working together as like a unit with these power suits, as to where, you know, the Hero Association is kind of like, okay guys, there's a monster out there, good luck. We saw this in the previous chapter too, with Webby Gaza making her debut, like taking out a monster. And it was also established in that chapter how strong the power suits that the Neo heroes have are, which essentially makes like a C-class hero, or even just pretty much a civilian, like the equivalent of an A-class hero, or even like stronger than that. Not necessarily an S-class hero, but just maybe even stronger than what a typical A-class hero could be considered. Raiden also points that out in this chapter as well, just reinforcing that narrative because it's important. And also, speaking of that, Raiden himself is not wearing a power suit, claiming that he pretty much doesn't need it and that it's going to end up hindering you as a human essentially if you do wear it, which is more or less kind of true, I guess, depending on how much you want to push yourself as a fighter, I suppose. But that's a discussion for another time. But we also saw that Webby Gaza in the previous chapter doesn't wear a power suit either, but she is a cyborg. At least 70% of her is modified, so her wearing a suit would probably be redundant, to be honest. And it's also a possibility that like whatever proprietary technology goes into these suits is probably incorporated into her anyway. That's not confirmed. I'm just guessing that it's all tied together here. Whoever made her into a cyborg is also the same people that are working with these suits, maybe. I mean, we don't know where these suits are coming from yet. They kind of just came out of nowhere, and they're coming from the Neo heroes as a whole. Raiden not having to wear a suit is important because it's showing that he is ridiculously powerful. Like even Blue, when he was introduced, Blue, the leader of the Neo heroes, also allegedly the son of Blast, was wearing a suit. It still remains to be seen what's going on with Blue. Does he need the suit? Does he not need the suit? Who knows when we're going to find out what's going on with him. I don't even think it's been revealed in the webcomic what's truly going on with him yet, but Raiden is a beast, with or without the suit. In the chapter that he was introduced, it said that he's like the GOAT of sumo, essentially. He's undefeated in like 700 matches, and he's also freaking huge. He's like bigger than Darkshine. Darkshine is close to 8 feet tall, as to where Raiden is closer to 10 feet tall. Like he's even bigger than Boros. And when he met Darkshine, they kind of did like this test of strength, masculinity test thing kind of. And he alleges that he frightened Darkshine when he did this. Like Darkshine looked a little intimidated when they were locking up, and it seemed like Raiden was getting the best of him. But first guys, let's talk about Geology, because I genuinely like this company. I worked with them like 2 years ago, and I've been using their products ever since. So Geology is a 42-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company that creates simple and effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you with ingredients that are proven to work. So all you gotta do is just click my link in the description, and it'll take you to like a 60-second diagnostic quiz, and just in a few clicks, tell them about your skin and your goals, and then their team of dermatologists will design a personalized routine just for you. And it's shipped in a box like this directly to your door. It's that simple. They even have all of the steps listed on each product for you. So for example, this is the step 1 everyday face wash with bergamot and juniper. Then this brightening formula is step 2. This night cream with retinol is step 3. And then step 3 and 4 is this moisturizing morning cream. So guys, use my link in the description and make sure you use code Zhoniin100 to grab your personalized skincare trial set for 100% off. Plus, you get a free gift and up to 50% off of add-ons. Thanks, guys. Now, granted, this is a very short sequence, and also Raiden points out after this that it seems you're not in your best condition right now, which is very true. This is like post-Monster Association War Darkshine. He's dealing with a lot of trauma and is having like an existential crisis. That's why he went over to the Neo heroes in the first place and is pretty much retired, or at least as he says he is. So it's not like Darkshine is 100%, but it's still Darkshine. He's still a freak. I mean, as we saw when this guy Mars Leo from the Neo heroes accidentally punches him, he like breaks his wrist. So Raiden doing this to Darkshine is still pretty impressive, and him not needing the suit just shows that, yeah, he is like S-class hero equivalent. I don't know if he's dragon level in strength, but I would say that he's definitely at least demon. And this is important because it really remains to be seen with the rest of the Neo heroes if they are truly S-class level, and I'll get into that once we see Excel show up. So Raiden winds up leaving, saying that he's going to go off to the next monster because apparently, according to this news report we're seeing, there's tons of monsters attacking everywhere, which is not extremely unusual, but it is uncommon. If there is like multiple monster attacks happening at the same time, it's probably not a coincidence, because the last time we saw something like this was, during the Super Fight tournament, and that was because the Monster Association had deliberately planned for that to happen. So this is suspicious for sure, and it's also probably not a coincidence that it's lining up with the Neo heroes finally being able to be active heroes. I'm not saying that the Neo heroes themselves are the suspicious ones, especially like the leaders. They're just responding to these attacks. It's not like they did it on purpose, but I'm saying that it seems like the organization itself is suspicious. Also, as this news report is going out, we're just seeing like what's going on with Suiryu, and he's like in this truck on his way to go take out Garou. We see him looking at Garou's file because I think it was like 2 or 3 chapters ago, it was set up that like they picked him to go after Garou, even after Garou essentially being let off the hook with just a slap on his wrist because of all the stuff that he did during the Monster Association War. The Neo heroes are not upholding that. They're like, he was the hero hunter, he needs to be brought to like serious justice, and we're gonna be the ones to take him down. And somehow they tracked him down and found out that he's like working for Amazon essentially. So they're actively on their way to go after Gar right now, and it's going to be a unit led by Suiryu. So we are going to see Suiryu versus Garou like we talked about before, maybe in the next chapter. Hopefully that's why this is being shown here, and of course that's going to be incredibly hype. I mean, that's like the dream fight that we've been waiting for years now. But also there's like this commercial for the Neo heroes with like Webby Gaza promoting it, saying like, hey, if you join now you'll get like a coupon or something like that, like more incentive to join. But this, along with that one hero from the Hero Association that we see earlier in the chapter with Raiden, is just showing that like there is a big shift in momentum going from like the Hero Association to the Neo heroes, because even like the news report is acknowledging that like, hey, the Neo heroes are taking care of business here and the Hero Association not so much. So we're probably going to see more heroes from the Hero Association just leaving and going to the Neo heroes, because realistically, why wouldn't you? Especially if you're not like a high-ranking A-class hero and you're just everyone else in the Hero Association, because that's the majority of it. There's like almost 400 heroes or something around there, maybe more than 400, but around that number. And most of them would benefit from having the power suit, as well as working together as units, and a lot of the time having like an active like S-class level leader with them. So while the Neo heroes are sketchy, behind the scenes or whatever, on paper, they're doing the right things, and they're much better than what the Hero Association is. But, when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. But anyway, we're coming to the second Neo leader here, and it's Excel. This guy was like previously the leader of this vigilante group called the Hunters, and we didn't really know how strong he was. Like when the Hero Association was trying to recruit this guy like many chapters ago, they wanted to make him an S-class hero, although that doesn't necessarily mean that he is S-class in strength, because I don't think they actually tested his strength. And we're seeing that he has a power suit as well, but it's like specially made for him because his fighting style like involves like roller skates or whatever, but these are like obviously super powered ones, and he's responding to like this big demon level snail monster, and this snail monster's gimmick is like it's fast, which is fitting for Excel because that's like his thing as well. And he's saying that with this suit he's able to move like 390 kilometers per hour, which is like around 242 miles per hour, and that before the suit he couldn't reach those levels. So yeah, that's incredibly fast. I mean, not as fast as like Flashy Flash. Flashy Flash is like one of the fastest heroes in the world, and I say one of, I mean he's like top 4, top 5 fastest. I mean, if you're really taking into account all of the other like crazy powerful characters out there, like including Saitama. But I would say that moving 242 miles per hour is definitely S-class level speed. And in the last page we see him hack up this snail monster a little bit, but that's like the cliffhanger, I guess. So far Excel with the suit on seems to be S-class level, right? I mean, just taking an estimate of this guy, it's very possible that without the suit, he's top 5 A-class level, maybe something like that. Just taking a guess, we don't know for sure. But once he puts on this suit, especially like this special suit that he has, it raises him to S-class level for sure. Not like a top 10 S-class level guy, but you know, he's like around the Puri prisoner, tank top master range, you know, like the top 17, you know, probably somewhere around there. But that's where the chapter ends, and you know, like I said, hopefully we get to see Suiryu take on Garou in the next chapter. We're also going to see, I guess, Excel defeat this snail monster in the next chapter too. That's not a spoiler. I'm just guessing that's going to happen, especially because he's like talking to the other hunters in this chapter, so they're going to probably come and help him as well. And then I guess we're going to see more of the Neo leaders as well, because that's what these stretch of chapters are going to be, like a showcase for the Neo leaders, hyping up just the Neo heroes in general and downplaying the Hero Association. So let me know what you thought about this in the comments, guys. If you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.